Well, I'll tell you what, it's been an absolutely massive year, and we're going to take a moment now to reflect on what has been probably our biggest year yet. You see, we've done over 200 days out in the bush, and we've been able to take you guys along for the journey. Now, of course, on that journey, we've had some absolutely incredible moments. In fact, we've actually recorded over 50 terabytes worth of footage. Now, I'm not actually sure what a terabyte is, but it sounds like a heck of a lot, and we've actually recorded 50 of them. So that's a lot of footage, and right now we're going to relive some of the best moments of 2019. So we're going to look at some of our best recoveries, our best drives. Of course, you can't forget the cooking scenes, and of course some of our funniest moments ever. So buckle up, crack something cold, and enjoy this one. And one other little thing as well, no doubt you have your best moments of 2019 from four-wheel drive action. So if you do, make sure in the comments below you write down your favourite moment, because we're going to pick one winner to win a $200 Snatch clothing voucher. So get right in the comments below. We can't wait to see what you guys think the best moment of 2019 is. But for now, check out what we've got.
Up ahead, we found a shortcut around the mud section that caught us all out yesterday. Now, it's a bit of a risk trying a new line, but it looks to have been driven, and with the day getting away from us, Sean decides to chance it. And the result? Well, it's way worse than we thought.
Do people really drive this?
It's time to get on the winch. Now, it's only a short pull, but that bank is steep and soft. Sean's got the front up, but now the rear is in the river and doesn't want to go any further. Situation's even worse right now. Look at that, the water is flooding into the back of the vehicle. Things are starting to get a bit stressful. Now, we're in a real pickle here because the bank's got such an angle on it, we can't get his winch to pull him up out of there. So, I'm going to try and do a double line pull from behind him here using a snatch block. I'm right on the edge of it. Tell you what, this track, she is a doozy at this time of year. Even with a combo of both winches, the four-wheel drive is just suctioned into the mud. It's time for a new plan.
Right, we can go backwards to get the car back a couple of feet.
We're going to have to try and pull Shauno out backwards. First, we're going to dig away a lot of this bank to try and clear some of that dirt. Then I'm going to hook the D-Max up to Shauno and the rear of the D-Max to the camera car as an anchor point. Let's see how that goes. Alrighty, finally, something's going our way. This seems to be working.
Now, when we're talking about epic recoveries, how can you go past what happened on Moreton Island? I'd probably go as far to say that is the single most epic recovery that we've ever been involved in. You see, as soon as we got to the island, we heard word that there was a GU that had actually been swamped in the surf. We saw photos of jet skis actually driving over the top of this GU. It was sunk that much that during the high tide, the water was a good 1 metre over the roof. Now, it had gone through 2 days worth of tide, so at least 2 big high tides. It was completely flooded, completely written off, and many people had actually tried to get this vehicle out, of course. When we got to the vehicle, it was pretty evident there was broken snatch straps all around it, and 2 of the tyres had actually come off the wheel. That means that this vehicle was a dead weight. It wasn't going to be a rolling mass like most vehicles that you need to recover. So we had our work cut out for us.
With our eyes peeled for a drowned 4B, we soon find exactly what we're looking for. Now look, this has got to be the worst nightmare for any four-wheel driver. That's a proper touring rig, and it's been at the mercy of the tides for a few days now, with salt water literally covering the vehicle at high tide. Word has come filtering through that the vehicle's owner is camped somewhere on the island, trying to figure out a plan. I reckon the least we can do is pull that GU out and then try and track him down and pass on the message. We're going to attempt to get this out and pull it up onto the beach, at least above that high tide mark. This is definitely one of the more hectic recoveries we've ever undertaken, and we soon have everyone at work to pull this recovery together. There's no handbook for this kind of recovery, but of course, the usual safety precautions apply.
Car is moving, car is moving.
It's moving.
Keep dragging.
How cool is this? When was the last time you did something like this, Sean?
Well, mate, if I got $1 for every Nissan I recovered, I'll tell you what, I'd be a wealthy man.
Things are looking good as the boys check their winches, but there's still a long way to go, skull dragging the vehicle through soft sand.
Here we go, and this vehicle's moving. We're actually pulling it quite easily. Here it comes.
We've basically got 36,000 pounds of winch
my vehicle. Wow. This thing is so stuck, it's not funny.
And with the tide coming in, we risk losing the ground that we've made up. And now the race is on to get this vehicle up and above the high tide mark. Everything seems to be under control as the light is fading, but then suddenly we hit a snag. Under the extreme load, Rocket's winch has blown. Now we're not sure what's gone wrong here, but we haven't got time to diagnose it.
Let's get another vehicle with a winch here if we could.
It's really time to come up with a plan B. So we bring Anthony and another trusty Dominator X winch thanks to my D-Max. With 3 winches back in the game, we should be able to move this thing along.
That's it, boys. I feel like we're at Power Rangers. Put our powers combined, we are Captain Planet.
With those wheels off like they are, the whole vehicle is actually digging itself into the sand, making this recovery way harder than it should be.
It's coming to us. I'm going to it, actually.
Also, of course, the tide is rushing in fast now, and if we can't speed up the recovery, we risk losing the vehicle to the ocean once again. This really is our last chance to get this 40 out, but we've come this far and we're determined not to leave it to the tide.
The car is so close to coming out. How sick is this?
We've put our winches to the test around the country, but this has got to be one of the most epic challenges we've ever undertaken with them. We're so close here, just a few more metres and should be above the high tide mark. And finally, yes, it's ahead of the water. What a recovery.
I reckon that's us. We got him out.
Mate, when I saw that, I thought, let's just winch it out. 10 minutes, we'll go to camp, fire, go home, have a beer.
No way, no way. I would never get that out. The fact that it's sitting on the beach up on the high tide mark now.
Yeah, is a miracle.
Now, one of my favourite parts of the whole show, and look, I'm going to speak on behalf of the fellas as well, it's no doubt one of their favourite parts, because to have a real bush chef come out in the scrub and be able to cook an absolute gourmet meal up for the lads, I reckon, well, the boys are really lucky, aren't they? Of course, I'm talking about the photo action cooking scenes. Now, there's no doubt you guys like them too, and I thought I'd give you a little bit of behind the scenes what really happens on those scenes. Now, of course, a lot of people ask, how many iron jacks do we have before we cook? Now, not many. We might have a couple, maybe 3 or 4. We have a couple of iron jacks before we start cooking. I find it's the best way to let those creative impulses come out, and that really shows and is demonstrated in the cooking. You know, each meal takes about 20 minutes or so to cook. That's what we try and aim for. But the reality of the filming is that it takes over an hour and a half to film because there's a lot of laughter. Ray and myself sometimes can't control ourselves, believe it or not. It's not a real serious cooking event. We like to have a lot of fun with it, and sometimes we have a little bit too much fun with it. In fact, sometimes the cameramen can't even hold their cameras. They shake it around too much because they're laughing as well. There's also been incidences with chilies, where we've had too hot of chilies and we can't actually talk for about 15-20 minutes. There's been flash fires, we've had things catch on fire, we've burnt holes in tables. In fact, you never know what's going to happen on a cooking scene, which makes it, I think, a lot of fun. So buckle up, guys, and enjoy the best cooking of 2019.
It's time to get dinner on. Chef Whale, you're up.
Well, I've got to come out and say it. Camping at Fraser Island, I reckon it doesn't get much better. That's one of my favourite places in Australia. No, this right at the back there. I think it is.
Oh, hang on a minute.
You right?
Oh, you're putting up a fight.
I'll have to use 2 hands, mate.
Bloody mama. Oh, it's a boy. That is that. Look, that's only a moderate size, though. That's average.
Well, that's right. Well, I didn't know any different, but
That's about the
to be honest with you.
average size.
So you want carrots in there as well, mate. This is actually a homegrown one, mate. Straight out of my garden.
It's the truth, man. You don't take after your veggies, I'll give you. Carrots.
Beauty. Beauty. All
These
right.
are your beers, eh?
They are my beers, correct.
Excellent.
This stuff here is the old...
What's that?
I hope I don't pronounce it wrong. It's a Japanese thing. I call it queepy mayonnaise. Queepy?
I don't know, mate. So what are you going to do? Put that in there?
Yeah, so it's just a mayonnaise. It's a Japanese mayonnaise, if you want to get technical about it. So I'm basically just go nice and high with it, and then come back down it. Get it all out, You're all right.
So what are you doing? I'm just gonna lick that.
So I've basically got just hot chili sauce. So I'm making a bit of a,
Yep.
what do you call it, a cocktail? I don't know. It's a bit of a cocktail.
What do you, have you got something to stir that with?
I do actually.
Truth, man. Is it hot? It's good?
It's really hot, that. It's really hot. It's got some spice in
Be
there.
good though, in a burger.
Like that.
Going?
Yeah, it's
Holy
good.
heck. Maybe turn,
We're on.
maybe turn that
Anything
down.
flammable, just move away from the
Maybe turn
sauce.
it down. What's your shirt?
Oh, I can smell hair. Cook something. Do I have eyebrows?
Maybe turn it.
Do I have eyebrows?
You got eyebrows.
Okay, all right.
How about we turn one down?
Yeah, no. Chuck a couple of those in the
Well,
old.
they're not actually rings.
Shame, that was supposed to be rings. Yeah. Didn't read the label. Did not read the label. No, they're sliced. They're definitely sliced. Oh no. Oh, you can still
all right,
cook them though. Just put them.
No, that will not work. That'll be a messy like
No,
a.
it won't.
It'll be burgers and pineapple and
Yeah.
that'll be horrible.
That'd be good.
Keep my
patty.
I am ready.
I like the fact we've done it before. We use the lid of the baduri.
Yeah.
The baduri is like your one.
Stop and shop.
I do. I just use it for everything.
A few minutes later.
Wait, we've got an extinguisher handy.
No, we're good.
I'm stressing out.
Wait, you gotta get that up.
It shouldn't be like that. It shouldn't be
hang on,
like that.
hang
It's
on.
actually melted through the table.
Hang on.
Little tip for young players.
Yep,
Oh heck, I'm stressing out. I
I've
don't
got
know
this,
what
I've
to do.
got this.
What are you gonna do? Put that
put a
there?
spatula under it.
Oh, that's gone through and all legs. All legs. Key is to use your chopping board on these things while it
Is that
sounds
what
it.
we're gonna do?
Yeah, go.
How are we gonna do it? How
Just
we
lift
gonna do
him straight up, mate. Can you lift that up?
Yep, there's one. Go the slidey. Yep, keep it going. Whoa, careful. And listen, folks, if you haven't got an adult around,
Yeah.
woo!
Yeah, be careful. You wouldn't want to leave that on the table and go to a beer. Just be on the floor. You come back, where's my meal? Well, far
Well, you got
out.
holes in your table now.
Yeah, it's got air holes, like speed holes, you know.
There's a fair bit of heat there.
Cast iron, you see, look, the properties of cast iron, the heat will transfer quite slowly through the metal, but when it does get hot,
Into the table.
it'll go all the way, and that's what happens there, eh?
Now we're good.
I reckon we go sit on the camp chairs and maybe talk about the 80s series or something.
Well, that won't last long.
And if I was to cook for the Queen right now, this is the meal I'd cook. It is the #1 meal. It's passed on from my mum to me, and I'm going to butcher it, no doubt. First things first, sausages.
I can those out of my fridge.
Yeah, we've got the old sausages.
How many you want?
A lot. Get all the sausages because
Okay.
this is a meal that keeps on giving. Usually I'm surprised on most of these cooking scenes.
You're surprised.
We're all surprised, but this is one that's it's a staple favourite at
my
our
favourite.
household. Then we'll
I'm sorry. You knew it was going to happen.
as soon as these are cooked, get them out, rip the skin off.
Oh, they're floating.
That's getting really close to good. Now, if you were cooking sausages normally, you'd be thinking, no way. But honestly, give it another 5 minutes, and it's not going to look any better, but it'll be done. Where'd it go? I've said this before, but if you got one meal to make,
Yeah, this is.
maybe even pressing a lady, I don't know.
Damn.
Just cook her curry sausages because I'll tell you what, if she lives through this,
Yep.
she's a keeper. All I'm going to do is grab these balls sausages. This is actually my mum's meal. It's
look,
a serious thing.
okay.
It's actually one of the best tasting camp meals you ever have, alright?
No, it's not even funny.
Serious, obviously.
It's not even funny, dude. The people are hungry. It's cold.
Right, these have been on the boil for about 20 minutes, so I'm just going to chuck these straight on the plate.
They look like it.
Yeah, well, that's what we're doing with this, because curried sausages.
Yep. I think you might need to sub me out. Get Jay in here.
We're just going to get these off the fire.
No, they're good. They're good. Keep going, man. Keep
So
going.
literally, get,
Keep going. Okay, we can cut that.
they've actually grown a little bit.
Well, that's,
little
you
bit
know,
of
we can only wish.
Now, I'm just going to literally kill the heat. Yep. I've got a little tiny bit of sausage juice left. I'm just going to put that in a bowl. We'll get a bit of heat back in that pan.
Sure.
Now, normally what you do, usually get the cheapest sausage you can find, pork sausages, and you grab one of these, and you ideally take the skin straight off it. These ones actually aren't too bad. To be honest with you, just leave them, just cut them. I've got a bit of heat in this pan. I'm just gonna put a bit of olive oil in here. And that's looking all right. See, now it's starting to look really good.
Well, it's looking.
Now I'm gonna basically just turn the heat right down. Longer the better, I always say.
Yeah.
But if you can
Same for me.
you know, but if you can do a quicker job, well, even better. So I'm gonna leave that for maybe 10 minutes.
Well, that's a fairly decent time.
10 minutes. There's no doubt about it, boys. This is one of my go-to meals when we're in cold weather. If I want to impress someone, this is what I cook. The old curried sausages, mate. What do you reckon, boys?
Well, you've impressed me.
Wow. You're on?
Yeah. Delicious.
All right. So, folks, we went a little bit wild at the old Asian supermarket, and these ones just say pork balls, so had to get them. What have you got there?
Mate, I've got eggs that have been preserved and vacuum packed. I don't know how this is going to work out.
I think that's a bit of an entree, to be honest with you.
I think it is, mate.
I
Open
remember
those up.
reading the history books, and the old preserved. They're supposed to be that preserved egg. They come individually wrapped. Hey, boys, 4 eggs, 4 fellas here.
All right. You sure you don't have to cook these?
No, it's a little entree, just trying to get into the whole.
Why is it green?
Get him straight out of
I'm
there.
not sure, mate, but we're going to have a go at
So
it.
it's pretty easy to eat these.
You go first.
I've never eaten one before. Like a hard-boiled egg, you just get right in there. Oh my goodness! Look at the colour of that.
Look at that.
I wish I could say I wasn't terrified.
Ooh, smells good. These last in the full drive for a bit.
2020.
There you go. Well, I got chooks at home, and none of my chooks have ever done this before.
No, if mine did, I'd throw them out.
Are these safe for human consumption?
Apparently.
Well, I'll let you know in a second, boys.
I'm going to have a cut into that and have a go.
Yeah.
Cut into it. No, you just get straight in.
How is it?
He doesn't look stoked.
Is it all right?
Use your words.
Pretty good. Ooh, what it lacks in taste. Really makes me put it all in there, mate. It's not bad at all. Lovely.
You know what you could say?
It's just got that. You really don't need to wash it down though.
You rolled him over.
That is disgusting.
That's nice.
That is so good.
You can really
What do you
taste.
think, mate?
You can really taste the bit where they preserved it.
Really nice.
It's good, isn't it?
Ooh.
Finish that off there, mate.
Turns out you don't need to put that in the fried rice. That's more of an hors d'oeuvre than anything.
Yeah. Well, I reckon he's mine by the fire. Yeah, so will I actually. That's a good idea.
Yeah.
Can I have a look at that just so I remember them? Yep,
Yeah.
I've committed that to memory. Yep.
No, that's not bad. Not bad at all. You gotta really go with it. This is a whole experience
Yeah,
right now.
I'm
Okay.
experienced. Ooh, can I have a look at one of those?
Yeah.
Can you eat those? Or
Grab
do you
that one.
have to
Well, I'd cook them first, to be honest with you.
Reckon?
Yeah. I wouldn't eat them.
Hang about. Oh, I got to cook them.
Yeah, you got to cook them. You have to cook them. Actually, you really do need to cook them. These are raw.
Oh, heck.
So what I'm going to do with these sausos?
I put some things in my mouth tonight that I regret.
Well, you can't have full drive action without the action. Now, the best moments of driving for 2019 is going to be a really hard one to narrow down. You see, there's been so many epic drives right around the country, from snow-capped mountains in Victoria to the top end up in Cape York and every hard track in between. So to narrow it down to just a couple of drives that really stand out for us, of course, are going to be really tough, but you can't go past Graham and that D-Max. I mean, taking what is a family touring vehicle with a 2-inch lift and 31s in some of the hardest tracks around Australia, of course, is going to show some fireworks. And speaking of fireworks, you probably couldn't do this segment without mentioning Rocket Rod. Now, that beast of a 79 series, every single time he drives it, I'm convinced that he's an absolute madman. That's right, he's not quite right, but he makes for some very entertaining drives. Now, Sooty, well, it does its thing as well, so buckle up and enjoy this one, because the best drives of 2019, here's a little taste.
Now, if it looks like I'm concentrating here, it's because I am. The previous four-wheel drives have knocked the top off this mud, and what I've got to deal with now is just a slippery slide. Let's see if I can do it. I've got my right boot pinned to the floor, and I'm giving the D-Max everything she's got. That's full revs, full noise, and I'm making ground. How good is this? Push me! Push me! Have a look at that, will you? When I said there was zero traction here, I meant it. I'm going nowhere in a hurry.
Right. You're driving up. You're driving up. It's official. You're a metre and a half, mate. You're a metre and a half.
That was a good effort to get to here. You've done good.
Maybe I can crawly boy it.
Right, Chad.
Anyone behind me?
Maybe.
You're good now. Give it a go.
Everybody just
It's not gonna...
stop pushing it backwards. Come on.
I need to try pressing your horn, it might work.
Oh, I gained something. I gained something.
It actually came up a bit.
The D-Max is not out yet. I'm making ground ever so slowly. I'm going to do this. I'm inching forward.
You got to make this. Get out.
Come on. I'm moving forward.
You are.
I'm moving forward. I'm moving forward. I'm moving forward. I'm doing it. Yeah. Oh, hang on. Oh, we talked too soon. I'm gonna go.
We pushed it. Yeah.
Whoa! Hold on, oh man! Oh, whoa, where's that? There's the edge of the earth. Don't go down there.
How good was that, mate?
That was
That
epic.
was brilliant.
As if you want to be at camp right now and you got all this.
Ah! Buy a four-wheel drive. It's as much fun as you can have with your clothes on. Get me out.
Here it is, mate.
What do you call this?
Little red, and there's nothing little about it.
It's not.
It actually gets bigger every time I come here.
Like, you can't drive up this.
See, what do they call it little red? Like, it's not little, it's not red. It's a good track though. I've driven it once before.
What'd you drive it in?
A twin-locked vehicle, a wagon.
Yep.
Live
What
axles.
was the brand of the wagon?
Just a big wagon sort of thing, wasn't it? Toyota. Was it? The other one. No, I did it. It took a few goes. You had to really pick some uncomfortable lines.
And commit.
Yep.
All right, well, let's get into it. No standing around.
Righto, Sean's up. He's seen how it's done. He's watched Jesse all the way up through here, but something tells me things are going to be a little bit different when he jumps in behind the wheel.
All right, little red. Here we go. Never done this before in my 80 series, and obviously got no front locker, but I'm going to try and pick a really good line through here and just take it pretty easy. I can always reverse back and have another go.
He's following the lines in the dust. Oh! That's not what you did, Jesse.
That's not right.
That's a big wheel lift. I think you need to be over that way a bit more.
This little section of track really is about pinpoint accuracy and getting your line spot on. There really is only one line through here. Following Jesse's advice, SHAUNO'S doing remarkably well.
That's the line. You fell in the hole.
Yeah. I'm going to get back up on that bank, I think. Yeah.
Oh,
That's all right. It's just a side mirror.
oh, geez, mate. Lucky those clear view mirrors are tough, because I tell you,
Can I go back on that bank? Or?
they get a bloomin' workout when you're behind the wheel. Nah, go back. This way a fraction.
Problem we've got here is SHAUNO'S falling in that hole on the driver's side in his rear, dropping in, picking up the front with no front locker. He's losing all his
not
drive.
like that.
Loves a wheel lift. How good is this?
The flex looks good.
Yeah, I bet it does. It just seems to like kick up real hard.
Yeah.
Ideally, I'd like to be up on that bank a lot more, making this look hard. That's what I'm pretty famous for, actually. Making. This is a difficult line, though.
What we're going to do here is try and pack that hole that he's getting stuck in. The reason being, if we can get his rear to come up on that wall like the front is, I think he'll just drive straight up, but at the moment, that rear's getting hung up. So, we'll try and build a road.
I'm still to this day truly astounded sometimes at just how much of a difference a little bit of road packing or track building can do. Yeah, look at that. It was scrabbly, but we got him up there.
Yeah. How good's that? I'm sweating a hell of a lot for a bloke who's just got in the car. There we go.
He's grabbing onto something solid.
And he's up and he's flexed his way through the top part of that challenge really well.
We made that easy.
That was a better line. That's why. There we go. Yes! Little red, big tick.
That 79 is a heck of a vehicle to navigate between these trees, but Rocket's got a lot of experience behind the wheel and has it lined up for the exit. Now, Rocket has a secret technique for dealing with situations like this. It starts with some careful manoeuvring and ends with, well, I'll let you see for yourself. Hold on for your life, Ash. Ah, will you look at that? He's not holding back.
Jeez, we must have done that the hard way, all the way. I don't know what we did.
Well, that's like a Disney cartoon, except that is not a drunken hippo. That right there is one madman. Rocket in the 79. I don't know how he does it, but it ain't for me.
We're going to have to do a bit of a commitment here.
If you've ever wondered what pure fear looks like, check out the look on Ash's face. There's got to be a lot of trust between father and son right now, although I reckon Ash would jump out if he could.
How have we been doing this?
That's a hectic angle, but in true Rocket style, he refuses to quit and slowly but surely continues to the top.
The bloke is a madman. I even told Rocket, don't drive this one. I don't think it's for you. I can't believe he did that.
Sick in the head.
Mate, I just
sick
said,
in the head.
I said to Ash, I said, we're just going to have to do a commitment run here and just go for it.
You're sick. You're not right in the head.
Oh, Lord.
Now, when you're talking about the best campsites of 2019, how can you go past the top end, and in particular, Cape York? Now, a lot of people ask us, where's the best place to camp when you're doing the old telly track? Now, normally you take a few days to do that track, and we've got a couple of really little secret hotspots that we love up in Cape York. One of them, of course, is Sam's Creek. And what's so special about that, you'll just have to wait and see. But let me tell you, that place is not to be missed.
After another absolutely epic day on the old tally, we're grateful to roll into one of our favourite camp spots on the track, here at Sam Creek. First though, it's time to set up camp for the night. Anthony's doing his magic trick again with the Opus camper, and it starts to set itself up while the rest of us roll out canvas. With camp done, it's time to check out the secret that makes Sam's Creek so special. This little bit of paradise right here is a hidden waterhole just off Sam Creek crossing, so you've got to look for it. It's not obvious at all, but when you're here early season like this and she's flooded like this, whoop, as good as it gets. With night falling, it's time to settle in by the fire and maybe crack just a few iron jacks.
And of course, how could you forget camping in the coldest conditions in Australia? -8 degrees it got down in the high country, absolutely bucketing down with snow. It was one of those campsites that I think we'll remember for just about ever. Now, it was so cold that night that we actually didn't want to get a fire going. We didn't actually want to do any filming. It was just so cold, and all of us just had the idea of maybe having a beer and going straight to bed. But as soon as we got the fire going, which is funny in its own right, because just trying to get the firewood, we're up to here, up to our waists in snow, absolutely saturated, freezing cold. We finally got the fire going, which took a lot of effort in the snow. Once that started going, the moods changed, and it actually turned out to be just the best campsite of 2019. I'm going to say it, that was an absolutely insane moment, and to have the world's, or at least Australia's highest bar in the snow, the boys were absolutely loving life, and I'll tell you what, I don't think a moment will go by where I don't wish I was back on that hill at SHAUNO'S bar.
The blizzard has well and truly set in by the time we finally roll into camp, and I can tell you, I'm developing a powerful thirst. In Australia, we don't get to camp in extreme conditions like this very often, and so I see this as being an absolute privilege. The temps tonight are set to go down to around -5 to -8. Now that might seem crazy, but
What an experience. And of course we are, well, mate, favourite campsite 2019.
That's a big call, mate. Like,
This is cracking, look at it.
well, just for the fact you camp in the snow. Like, how often do you get to do that?
And not just, it's deep. Like I went down to my waist getting firewood.
As long as you can be warm in the snow.
Yeah, that's it.
And we're all pretty warm.
You've got to be prepared.
I think it will be one of those nights you'll remember for a long time, mate.
Speaking of be prepared, mate, there is no bar here, and I'm a little bit disappointed in you because I was very excited about that.
No bar.
There is no bar here, mate.
Well, you boys have little faith. I said there will be a bar, there will be a bar.
I've looked everywhere. There is no bar, mate.
Look, just hang tight and I'll call you over in a second. All right?
What's he going to do?
All right, here we go. So, right here, you're looking at SHAUNO'S pub. I've got the old 270-degree awning out. Gonna rip the Dometic out. Schooner glasses, of course. You can't run any reputable bar without schooner glasses. Now, I'll get a couple of iron jacks out for the boys. There's one more touch, I suppose, that this bar is gonna need. Because at the end of the day, if we're going for a bit of a themed bar, I'll turn the light on. That means the bar's in business. There we go. One more touch, I'll pull the boys over. All right. All right, boys. SHAUNO'S bar's open.
Oh, look at this! My boy! Look at this!
Well,
I take it all back, mate.
We've got a bar in one of the highest places in Australia right now, and SHAUNO'S bar is officially in service.
Pour me a beer, sir!
Really easy. The good news is you don't have to worry about anything getting too cold. So just grab one, grab one. You got to do it at an angle.
I'll give you half.
When I was in publican school, we got told that extra head was always good.
Mate, and that's something I live
Here you
by
go, mate.
today.
Well, boys, the bar's officially open. Cheers, eh?
Mate. Cheers,
How good is this, boys?
The highest bar in Australia right now.
Yep.
With an unlicensed publican. And I will drink to that. Cheers, my boy.
Now, on a serious note, let's talk about the stuff that happens behind the scenes on four-wheel drive action. You see, we are a professional organisation, a professional outfit that goes out into the bush for most of the year to come back with the goods, the best four-wheel driving content and camping content from anywhere around the world. So it is a serious matter, and we take our jobs very serious. There's no laughter, there's no banter, there's no exchange of jokes between good mates, there's none of that. I can't even keep a straight face when I do that. Of course there is. And I mean, I'm talking about the bloopers right now. There's a lot of stuff that we film that can never see the light of day. And we try and put on the end of each of our shows the highlight of some of the funniest moments that happen behind the scenes, stuff that should never make four-wheel drive action, the stuff that makes us look like complete weirdos. That's right, Mia, complete weirdos. You guys get to see it. And this would not be the best of 2019 without the best bloopers. So sit back and enjoy some of the weirdness that a few good mates getting together out in the bush can have. Enjoy.
This is a freshly fallen tree, and I reckon with these winds that we're getting at the moment.
Oh, far out.
What was that?
What was this one?
What I got to work with, folks.
Oh, what a man.
Yeah, right. I was in fourth gear, if it makes you feel any better.
Friends, what do you need mates for? My suggestion, in all honesty, is a lot of solo four-wheel driving. Just leave these blokes at home and take them with you, because they're of no use to you. That'd suck. That'd suck. That'd suck. What I love about both the model SHAUNO'S running and this Iridium Go that I've got here is that they actually turn your satellite phone. No, not your satellite phone, because you've got a satellite phone, folks, you just use that.
Yeah, mate, I think I'm going to go nerd sauce.
Yeah.
Buzz.
But get in as early as you possibly can.
As soon as you can. About April.
Something like that.
Pretty early.
That's pretty early. I wouldn't go up that early, but anyway, we might cut there. I can get in here in February.
I'll teach you how to drive, mate. Just look what he does. And
Any chance you could just get away from
I was going to say, try and do what I do, but just
like out of my personal space.
don't do what I do.
Just
My name's Graham Cahill, folks, and I'm from Southwest WA. Oh, love it down there. Lots of jarrah trees. You guys don't have them. Chucking a bit of beef in, eh?
You gonna cut that up?
No, no need to.
Yeah.
It's mince.
Oh, no,
It's already cut, mate. It's cutting us really small pieces.
Okay, sorry.
Whoa. Yeah, copy.
Copy. I'm ready.
This reminds me of the Mary trees back in Southwest WA. You. Hey, Graham. Sea cucumber, mate.
I didn't think they came that small. That's a baby. That's actually, but I got it up the end here with a lot of the pith. Oh man.
I hate that when you have a lot of pith.
In your mouth, yeah.
When it's calling for you.
Listen to your heart.
Listen to my fart. Yep, there you go.
That's that. Oh, that had hit me in that coccyx.
I'd get my remote, but I got a problem with everybody climbing it. Come on. Thank you, we got it. Yeah. Oh, he comes. Oh, they're not your glasses, they're mine.
Oh, I gotta sit down to pee. Oh, my knob got caught on there. Oh, it's not funny. I gotta go and check
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
You mind I could get my missus to have a go on it?
Please! Get a Sam, come and drive this. You don't have a horn.
Petrol riding car, take it away.
Woo! Got that. That's it. Yes. No, you got it shorter strokes.
No. It's too cold. Oh, it's too cold. It's too cold.
You want me to try?
Touch my leg.
I don't want to touch your leg.
Oh, it's gone blue.
What happened to you, Johnson?
It went in here. To get the old
There's
tomato
a lot of
paste.
ingredients
I know,
here.
you've got to do this, though. You've got to do this.
I think you should go through the ingredients for the folks at home, mate.
Maybe tonight.
Drop me that.
It's slippery fingers. Like I must have onion juice on there or something.
Is that what that is?
No, because what do you do first? Go. Go on, you won't do
No,
that.
you keep going, man. You've got this. Come on, just open it, bro. That's a mud god.
I had that all planned. Those onions are making me eyes water a fair bit.
That's a cod mud. That's a cod mud.
Yeah, straight into it. Have a go at that. Have a go at that. It's really quite difficult to open up.
That's a cod mud. That's a cod mud, that is. That's a cod mud.
You
All
serious?
right, there
Did
you
you
go.
actually?
There you go. There you go, mate.
Well, there you go. There's some of our best moments for 2019. I also want to take this opportunity to wish you guys a Merry Christmas and also thank you so much for enjoying the Forward of Action YouTube channel. Thank you for commenting. Thank you for liking us. And of course, a big thank you to those who subscribe. And if you haven't yet subscribed, there is a little button in the bottom right hand of this screen where you can, in 2 seconds, subscribe to the best four-wheel drive and outdoor channel on YouTube. So there you go, from the whole team at Forward Drive Action. Big Merry Christmas, and to give you a little hint what we've got planned next year, because you probably no doubt thought 2019 was pretty epic, and let's face it, it was, but 2020 is going to be absolutely insane. We're going to be doing the top end like you've never seen it before, really early in the season. We're not even sure if we're going to get through. We're going to go down to Tasmania, and a lot of the really cool tracks in between. Of course, the big one, the Dirty 30 will be on a fair few trips next year, so I'm very excited about that. And you guys should be too. So once again, a big thank you and a big Merry Christmas from the whole team at Forward Drive Action.